Hey YouTube, I'm Starcrane, and today I'm gonna be doing Penacony story quest analysis / schizo theory crafting, I guess. Keep in mind that I don't do nor watch leaks. Spoiler alert, don't watch this before you finish the story. In this video, I want to gather all the information bits we got so far and answer three questions. Is Firefly alive? Is Penacony's story real? And why does the live slumber? Of course, not all ideas in this video are mine, so special thanks to all YouTubers and streamers that gave me inspiration. Let's jump into it.
Let's do this. 1, 2. Say cheese!
The first question I'm gonna answer in this video is anything after the jump real?
The train is about to make the jump. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wait a minute, why did the jump just reverse? And why do we see all these flashbacks? What if the Astral Express didn't actually arrive to Penacony? Right at the moment of the warp jump, or I assume at the point of crossing Asdana's system, not only Trailblazer, but all of the crew fell asleep, or to be more specific, entered the dream. But what exactly is this dream, according to Pom Pom?
Penacony is located in Asdana, a star system brimming with Memoria, which has historically been one of the macro voids that leaked out from the memory zone.
And just few minutes later, Acheron says,
"This is the border between reality and the memory zone. Dreamscape."
So the crew entered the dreamscape, which means everything that happens next is not real. During this cutscene, we can see everything we are gonna experience in the future. Now you might ask, isn't flashback is rapidly reliving something you experienced in the past? Exactly. And since Trailblazer can't predict the future, does this mean we are stuck in a loop? What do we see here? Acheron, Firefly, Robin, Noisy TV, and the chess game. If you know what these positions mean, fill me in the comments. But just visually, I can tell the kings, or the real players, stay off the field, behind their pawns, while rooks and pawns doing the dirty job in the middle of the field. Anyways, if Trailblazer really just fell asleep then, and later arrived to Penacony, how come the room Trailblazer saw in her dream before arriving to the hotel is the exact copy of quote-unquote real hotel room? Had Trailblazer seen this room before? Right after that cutscene, we meet Acheron and she says,
"Not another one."
Interesting. That means we are not the first person to see this place. So either the Express crew went through her first, or we came later than other factions.
Very quickly you will awaken from this dream. Pay no mind, for this forgetfulness happens with each new dawn. It is an occurrence that we have become accustomed to for so long.
And this one was kinda confirmation for my looped dream theory, because each new dawn, Trailblazer awakes and forgets everything. I also have a question to this segment. Who are we? And the last argument for the theory that everything is a dream?
Well, how about a drink first? Penacony's Soul Glad is very famous.
So what's wrong with this? Like you can even buy it yourself at the bar. The problem is, there is no such a thing as Soul Glad in the real world.
Did you know? One of the ingredients in the original recipe for Susa juice, known as Dreamleaf, has gone extinct. That means the only place you can get a taste of Apocalypse Soul Glad is in Penacony's Dreamscape.
That has blown my mind when I realized the game hints that the hotel is not real world right in the beginning of the story. By the way, did you notice that Penacony looks like a spinning top? And I know this might be too early, but I want to answer this question now.
Why isn't there a sugar-free Soul Glad option?
Oops, wrong one.
Why does life slumber?
I think it's simply because it's not real life, it's just a dream. But I'd like to be wrong on that one, because it's too simple, right? Now let's continue with Acheron. After a short walk with her, we enter this hallway, also copy of hotel that we never seen before. There are many of new characters, and though Acheron says,
Pay no heed to them.
but if you know how the story goes, you will actually notice that they are talking about their future plans, even before our arrival. So let's analyze all their conversations.
Little peacock.
Dr. Ratio asks Aventurin, how is he gonna win?
To think that you, of all people, might emerge victorious.
3 chips are enough, all or nothing.
So as we learn in the future from conversation with Sparkle,
You guys only treat others as your bargaining chips.
Oh, what's wrong with chips? In any gamble, the only players that will never be on the losing side are the chips.
so chips are the people he gambles on. But who are his 3 chips?
No reason to choose otherwise.
You guessed it right, none other than our Trailblazer. But who are other 2?
A memo keeper.
Do you think you can just leave?
Clearly, Sparkle tries to gain acquaintances just like Aventurin did, but
I'm sorry. The dance partner of my choice
I've already chosen.
And as we learn later, this partner is Acheron.
Shortly after we parted ways, I met a lady wearing a black veil who was also a guest at the hotel.
All this information makes me think that Acheron and Black Swan work together.
Convince that chicken wing boy.
But if I can't sing, what meaning does a stage have?
I'm not exactly sure what she means here. Maybe the family wants to use the scene for something other than singing, but since we don't have any confirmation for that for now, I'll be sticking to my version. I think this is the first time it's revealed that something is wrong with her voice.
I never thought a cutie like yourself would be a fan of mine.
Later, even Vald points that out.
I'm no singer, but her voice sounded a little strange.
Already heard about Sam.
And now, we finally got to the most interesting character in this room. At this point, I want to dive deep into Sam's backstory, answering the most important question in this video. Is Firefly alive? I mean, of course, it's obvious to everyone that she's not only alive, but she is actually Sam. But as I said earlier, I just want to gather all the facts together and show them to you.
How do you intend to pull them off the stage?
All we have to do is present the truth, and they will naturally reciprocate.
Do these words resemble?
The curtains have just risen over the dream that can't be reached. The various factions have started to move.
So the dream that can be reached is clearly the real dreamscape, and by revealing it to all other factions, Stellar Hunters want to pull them off the stage, and later on even Sam, him or herself, confirms that by asking us to tell everyone what happened.
Once you're back in the real world, remember to tell everyone about the Stellaron Hunter who was behind your ultimate departure.
And with these sentences, he also confirms the stage we fight on is not a real world. Naturally, no one can die here, so Firefly is 100% alive. So, if I really think that's all just a looping dream, why does Sam say
real world?
Because Sam is Firefly, and as we know, she confuses real life and dream.
I think he's shown up in reality. I mean, in the dreamscape.
How can one confuse the real life and dream? This is just too much of a coincidence. Of course, that's not the only one argument for that Firefly is Sam. In fact, I get a bunch of them, but let's begin with the least significant things. For example, name. Some people have a theory that Firefly is not her real name, but what is it then? Maybe Sam? It's also a female name, but also I have another theory. What if Sam is actually an abbreviation? SAM, self-aware mecha. Okay, mecha is understandable, but why self-aware? As we know, Firefly is ill.
Entropy loss syndrome. Have you heard of this term?
And that she is in a
icy medical cabin.
And this cabin is Sam, simply because she can't move. She needs a mecha that can move by itself. That's why it's self-aware. And because of this self-awareness, we see this moment.
Why did you... This isn't what we agreed on.
Well, at least many people think that the mecha betrayed her. But then again, she's in a dream. She is able to move in a dream. She doesn't need mecha in the dream. That's why I believe more in the second theory. Firefly is a Stellaron Hunter. You may say, even if she is, why is she Sam? Well, simply because we've seen all the members of Stellaron Hunters, so we are left with only one option. Okay, she is Sam, but why do I think she is a Stellaron Hunter in the first place? And now begins the interesting part. We've met only because she follows her script written by Elio. Remember our first meeting?
She went that way! Get her!
What's all the commotion about?
What a coincidence. Right after a trailblazer spent so much time watching the dream bubble, in the same area suddenly appears a girl that needs our help. And how can we, as a honorary trailblazer, refuse to help? Well, it could be a coincidence, but
You just wait!
only after a fifth walkthrough, I've noticed how strange was her reaction. Just look at her expression. First, she's concerned, almost like waiting for someone. Then, she noticed Trailblazer, and after awkwardly long reaction time, like really, what the hell? Why did it take so long? She finally put a smile on her face. And only after reaching us, she starts to play the poor little puppy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's a liar. In fact, she is really emotional, and her feelings toward Trailblazer are sincere, as we will experience many times in future. Like, come on, she loves us.
No, we're not on a date.
Yeah, right, you shy girl. Like, literally, I'm the most faithful fan of Firefly. I even have my Firefly altar. But let's not get carried away. As I said, I'm not saying she's a liar. I only wanna say this commotion was staged as an excuse to meet with the Trailblazer and get us on her side. But enough with judging by face expressions. Here are the real facts why this rescue was staged for Trailblazer. The Gallagher is her partner.
I'm Gallagher from the Bloodhound family. And those idiots are some young bloodhounds I've been training.
But if you're training them, why nobody recognizes you?
Huh? Who's this? Who? Never heard of him.
The only person to recognize him is this guy, and you know what?
Look at his brown hair and grey vest. He's the officer.
Is that the way you recognize your boss? Like literally, do you really recognize your boss only because of appearance? And the last thing to mention here, just look at this glance. They work together, you can't argue with that. But are there any other takes on that she really is a Stellar Hunter and not just a third party? Yes, there is, and in fact she admits it herself, of course unwillingly. We know as a fact that Stellar Hunters were invited to Penacony, but when Firefly starts to list every faction in this dream
Shared by the fool from the tavern, and the memo keeper from the Garden of Recollection, the Wandering Ranger and the IPC ambassador, the Astral Express Nameless.
And who?
And me.
Wait, but where's the Stellar Hunter?
And me.
Exactly. Now, considering all of this information, let's rewatch 2 scenes.
Why did you... This isn't what we agreed on.
At this point, she didn't speak to Mecha, she spoke to her team. And this question...
Mecha... Why?
It wasn't like, Mecha, why did you do that? It was something more like, why should I appear as Mecha right now? And it wasn't intended according to original plan. I mean, indeed, they wanted Firefly to appear as Sam, but not right now. So why then did they change their plan? Well, because of this moment. Does this look like a scared face to you? Instead, it looks more like concerned face that we saw earlier. She has all the power to obliterate this monster, but she doesn't want to reveal herself before our eyes. And luckily, Black Swan came to help. And that's what I think Stellar Hunter's plans changed. I imagine it to be something like, you almost framed yourself. It's not the time for Trailblazer to see your true form. You still have to be able to defend yourself. And that's why they've decided to stage her death for Sam to appear. Another little moment that would confirm my theory.
But I think you look older than me in terms of appearance.
In terms of appearance, no one says it like that, which again confirms that she is a Stellar Hunter and she knows our exact age, as we were created by the Stellar Hunters. But even if these arguments aren't enough for you, last but not least, as the final argument that Firefly is Sam, is their design. Word Firefly has fire in it, and Sam is of fire element. Look at his vision, the same color palette as Firefly's. Just look at the shape of the flames. It's Firefly. Look at these wing-like shoulders. It's Firefly too. And did you notice? Even though the flames are red, the initial burn before flight is blue. And because Firefly is Sam, she isn't hostile to us.
A Galaxy Ranger. And a Memo Keeper.
He didn't even consider Trailblazer as his target, and we had this fight only because Trailblazer wanted to protect Black Swan and Acheron. But wait, you can say, he did attack us at the end. But at this point, I think he just tried to distract the other two, or maybe he even knew that Black Swan would teleport us away, or he just wanted us to return to the upper layer of Dream, as he knew that Trailblazer wouldn't be hurt even if she died in this dream. Moreover, Sam not only not intended to hurt us, he even helped us by burning down all the monsters. These monsters were scorched. And oh boy, look at this. His E is called Scorched Earth. Now tell me,
Does it ring a bell?
remember this moment?
In my dream, I saw a scorched earth and a new sapling emerging from it. It bloomed against the morning sun, and it whispered to me.
And that means a hope. Hope that everything can be resolved. Whether it's everyone's hope to find the Watchmaker's legacy, or our hope to see Firefly again, or hope for her to be cured.